Most Western fans remember Tombstone as one of the greatest cowboy movies ever made, a film packed with grit, gunfights, and unforgettable one-liners. But what you don't see on screen is the unbelievable chaos, tension, and real danger that almost destroyed this 1993 masterpiece. From secret directors and all-night rewrites to real lightning and historical visitors, here are 10 wild facts about Tombstone, 1993, you never knew. Before we saddle up and ride into the story, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe for more hidden Hollywood stories, and ring the bell so you never miss another legendary tale from behind the camera. Fact 1. The set was like a battlefield. Behind the scenes, Tombstone was anything but peaceful. Actors argued, scripts were rewritten mid-scene, and tension between the cast and crew was constant. At one point, studio executives flew in to calm everyone down. Some days, they didn't even know who was officially in charge. But somehow, that raw tension bled into the movie's energy. The glares, the standoffs, the uneasy silences. You can feel that real intensity every time two characters face each other across a dusty street. It wasn't just acting. It was survival. Fact 2. Val Kilmer was filming while extremely sick. Val Kilmer's Doc Holliday is one of cinema's most haunting performances. Pale, sweaty, and sharp-tongued. But that sickly realism wasn't just makeup. Kilmer intentionally lost weight and filmed while genuinely exhausted and feverish. He stayed awake the night before big scenes to look more hollow, giving his character an eerie authenticity. Crew members said he looked like he was genuinely dying on set, and that only made his performance stronger. Kilmer's dedication turned Doc Holliday into a tragic icon and won him critical praise for decades to come. Fact 3. The lightning duel was 100% real. That jaw-dropping moment when Wyatt Earp faces Curly Bill under a stormy sky looks like Hollywood magic. But the truth is, that lightning wasn't planned. During filming in the Arizona desert, a real thunderstorm rolled in out of nowhere. The crew decided to keep rolling, capturing actual lightning bolts in the distance. The timing was perfect. The flashes added drama and made the scene one of the most visually striking moments in movie history. It's the kind of cinematic luck you couldn't recreate even with modern CGI. Fact 4. The original script was nearly unfilmable. Writer Kevin Jarrah wanted Tombstone to be an epic historical western with every real event and personality included. His first draft was over 140 pages, nearly double what most studios allow. It included dozens of subplots, side characters, and even lengthy speeches from minor figures. The studio loved the ambition, but demanded a shorter, faster version. Jarrah refused. That decision got him replaced, and most of his historical depth was cut out. Still, his original foundation gave Tombstone its unique mix of realism and myth, balancing accuracy with cinematic flair. Fact 5. Wyatt Earp's real descendant visited the set. During production, one of Wyatt Earp's living relatives visited the set. The cast and crew described it as surreal, like the real spirit of the Old West had walked into the modern world. They even gave the visitor a cameo as a background extra during a saloon scene. For a film built on legend, that real-life connection added weight. Many crew members said the visit felt like a good omen, almost as if the real Wyatt Earp approved of what they were creating. It became a small but powerful reminder of how deeply Tombstone was tied to American history. Fact 6. Casting fell apart until Russell took over. When Jarrah was fired, many actors considered quitting. The crew didn't know who to trust, and leadership was shaky. So Russell personally called the cast to keep them together. He convinced Val Kilmer to stay, a decision that changed the movie's fate. He also fought to keep Sam Elliott and Bill Paxton, saying they brought real brotherly chemistry to the Earp family. Without Russell's quiet leadership, Tombstone could have fallen apart before it even finished filming. Instead, it became a showcase of teamwork, held together by pure determination. Fact 7. The mustaches were completely real. In an era when fake facial hair was common, Tombstone took the authentic route. Every major actor, Kurt Russell, Sam Elliott, Bill Paxton, and Val Kilmer, grew their own mustaches months before shooting began. They wore them everywhere, even during downtime. Sam Elliott later joked that the mustaches were the real stars of the movie. But it wasn't fun. The Arizona heat and constant retakes made them miserable. Still, that dedication added to the movie's realism. When you watch Tombstone, those mustaches aren't costume pieces. They're proof of commitment. Fact 8. The movie nearly got canceled. After all the rewrites, firings, and storms, the studio almost pulled the plug. Budget overruns were piling up, and the schedule was a mess. Executives considered shutting it down halfway through production. But Russell and the cast refused to quit. They pushed through long nights, rewrote scenes on the fly, and worked double hours to get it done. When Tombstone finally premiered in 1993, it stunned everyone, earning over $70 million worldwide and becoming a cult classic. What nearly ended in disaster turned into a Western masterpiece. Fact 9. Val Kilmer improvised the iconic "I'm your Huckleberry" line.
I'm your Huckleberry.
The movie's most famous line wasn't even in the script. While researching cowboy slang, Kilmer found that Huckleberry meant the perfect man for the job. He thought it fit Doc Holliday's confident, eerie style, so he slipped it into the scene. When he delivered it, everyone on set froze. Kurt Russell burst into laughter, knowing it was genius. That one improvised line became part of pop culture history. Today, you can find it on t-shirts, mugs, tattoos, and it's still quoted 30 years later. Fact 10. Kurt Russell secretly directed the movie. Officially, Tombstone was directed by George P. Cosmatos. But in reality, Kurt Russell was the man behind the curtain. When original director Kevin Jarre was fired after just a few weeks for running behind schedule, the set fell into confusion. Russell, who played Wyatt Earp, stepped up without taking credit. He guided scenes, shaped performances, and cut pages from the script to save time. For years, he kept his involvement secret out of loyalty to Cosmatos, but Val Kilmer later confirmed the truth. Russell essentially directed the film. He never bragged about it. He just wanted Tombstone to survive. Tombstone wasn't supposed to work. It had no stable director, a constantly changing script, and a crew pushed to the limit. Yet somehow it came together. Not by luck, but by sheer willpower. Kurt Russell's secret guidance, Val Kilmer's devotion, and a cast that refused to give up transformed a crumbling project into a modern legend. It reminded the world that the Old West wasn't about perfection. It was about survival, grit, and courage. More than 30 years later, Tombstone still rides high as one of the greatest Westerns ever made. So next time you hear Doc Holliday whisper, "I'm your Huckleberry," remember this. Behind that one line lies a storm of real sweat, sacrifice, and cowboy chaos that turned an ordinary movie into an American myth.